Do you think they go for something like a Phantom Lancer in the safe lane? They go for the position 5 first.
Yeah, I think you want to hold the safe lane pick here until you see what's left on the side of
I,
Infamous, because if you picked it, it can be pretty heavily countered right away here.
yeah, I'm not crazy about the Ogre Magi with any of these heroes, though. I think it's great with somebody like a Juggernaut. Juggernaut who definitely needs like something to buff up his ability to run at heroes and dish out damage. But with everybody else on the team, they don't rely a ton on our attack. Queen of Pain can, especially given that she's got a pretty low base attack time, but she doesn't make as good of use of the Bloodlust as a lot of other heroes.
So we saw yesterday the Ogre with the Pangolier, and it did quite a bit of work. Like being able to attack that fast on Pango is quite nice, especially with the bonus movement speed. Queen of Pain, I think late game definitely scales more as a right-clicking hero. And you can do that, especially with the Ogre Magi. So we might see that end up being the case for that. But they go and grab the TA. I believe this is going to be Lumire's hero. They usually play this one from the safe lane. So it's most likely just going to be the Kunkka mid into the Queen of Pain and Lumire on the Templar Assassin.
Mm-hmm. Mm, probably going to be the case.
I think Lumire's played it more than alone on that side. So I'm going to guess that's
Yeah,
probably still the case.
yeah. I mean, they have flexed things in the past as far as their mid and their safe lane. They could even change things up depending on what they're playing against. And once they have all the heroes locked in on the side of DogChamp, they mix things up a little bit still. You see Kunkka very rarely on position 3, but I don't think it's going to be the case here. It's just not as good anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they can put Kunkka or TA in either of those lanes. They'll just do
Mm-hmm.
whichever they're more comfortable on. They're going to ban out the
Yep.
Timber
And
Saw. They definitely need an off-laner.
almost definitely need an offlaner. And yeah, they do end up getting rid of the Phantom Lancer. Like I was talking about here, that takes advantage of the Bloodlust. Very good with the Chakra Magic as well.
It's also a Stonebank classic, one of his better heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What else are you super worried about to play against if you're on the side of Infamous? What deals with your draft best? The Templar Assassin would just get melted by the Phantom Lancer. Are you worried about other illusion heroes at all?
A little bit. I'd say Terrorblade right now is definitely a scary one.
Mm-hmm. Just TB. Anybody else come to mind?
I mean, it kind of depends on what you want to pick for the off lane. You do have last pick for the off lane, but you have Snapfire and Mirana, which I don't think either do very well into the Terrorblade. So you don't get to like really benefit from like having that 4 in the lane. So my guess is they're probably going to want to get rid of the Terrorblade more so than say another hero.
Yeah. How do you feel about Razor, position 1 for DogChamp?
It's actually not bad. Yeah, you could definitely do the Razor. It's
I kind of
very,
like
very
Razor here.
annoying into TA.
Yeah, it's annoying into TA. It's good with the Ogre Magi. I feel like it's okay with the Key for the Light. You can really increase your farming speed by being able to spam out your plasma field a little bit more. Go to the Sand King as well. I guess they do need some more instant disable from the side of Infamous.
DogChamp almost out of reserve time
They get rid of the
entirely.
Wraith King instead. They don't have great front line, but I think Razor can make up for some of the weaknesses of their draft on DogChamp and play into Infamous pretty well.
They definitely just have like a go-in draft, right? You've got Pangolier, Keeper of the Light, Queen of Pain. Like these heroes just want to run at you, essentially. Constantly spamming spells, having those low cooldowns. I'm curious if you want to pick a hero from the safe lane that takes advantage of the coddle. You could honestly go for something like a Bristleback, but
I
it's
think
just,
you're
I
going in
think,
too hard on the Bristleback.
yeah, I feel like you just need something safe, and there it is, the TB. It's, I think, easily the best pick here.
Yeah, you end up being right about that one. You have a lot of armor. You can survive and fight the Templar Assassin into the late game. I think it's a solid draft. You can say push out lanes pretty safely, too. It doesn't take great advantage of the Ogre Magi on your team. Bloodlust doesn't feel super good on your hero, but
It does when you're in
I
meta.
don't mind it.
It feels
Yeah.
very good when you're in meta. All right, there's the Earthshaker. All right, so there's the control you were talking about. That you said they needed some more. It is definitely going to be alone on the mid lane. Kunkka, Lumire taking the TA, and Sacred. I believe we've seen him take this Earthshaker multiple times, so 5-position Snapfire as a result. I like
Mhm.
it. I mean, I do like the Earthshaker. We'll see how it does, if it can actually slow down this Terrorblade lane, but we see a lot of comfort picks on the side of DogChamp right now.
We're going back in.
Yeah. And that's usually what they do. Red Lisa is pretty sick on this Queen of Pain. It's one of the best heroes inside the patch right now as well. And I feel like it plays pretty well into the Kunkka. Melee hero needs to play close to the lane. Yes, he does a lot of harass with his Tidebringer, but the healing that you get, of course, from the Shadow Strike now can help offset a lot of that. So he's gonna have to play with Torrents quite a bit in order to outplay Release inside this lane if he wants to be able to stay inside it. So, uh, ease of execution, I think, is probably on the side of DogChamp. But again, this is Infamous came into this one. They're a team that came in second in the DPC SA regional finals. They're gonna have their work cut out for them if they're to win this match, or even take a single game off of them here.
Yeah, but I'm excited. This should be a really fun one.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I a little bit favor the side of DogChamp just because every time I see Yaren's Keeper of the Light, it's just so impressive. I think they're going to be able to make a lot of space this game with the Queen of Pain from mid and the Pangolier in bottom. So if Stonebank is able to utilize that space, he can pop off this game.
So they're your favorites going to this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with DogChamp. As much as I do think Infamous is the stronger, more reliable team.
Okay, that's fair. I love DogChamp and all their players, but I am going to be incredibly biased towards Infamous. I think Alone is absolutely goated. The man is way too insane at the mid lane lately, and the team just came in second in SA, especially after taking a 0-3 loss to Beast Coast in the SA finals. They're going to want to be just like take their frustrations out on the next team they play against. And unfortunately for DogChamp, they're one of those teams.
Absolutely perfect. We're going back in.
One thing I have noticed about Alone is every time he plays this Kunkka, he ends up being ridiculously farmed. So I'm curious if he's able to do that again, even into the Queen of Pain, because it is one of those lanes that, you know, isn't the most favorable, but he still manages to find a lot of farm on this hero regardless. They are smoked up here as 4 on Infamous, heading directly to the bottom lane. Nice deep ward trying to find something, but no one here on the side of DogChamp.
Infamous actually, I said Lone's rank has dropped recently. He's down to rank 29. I was looking that up real quick. We saw that DNM was 23 yesterday.
30 seconds now.
Some good respect between the teams. Oh my god. All right.
We'll get the admin to yell at them real quick.
Respect kind of ended immediately.
Yeah.
Classic
All right,
pause. This
pause
time coming
comes
out
out,
from
yeah.
DogChamp. Unfortunate.
B9's going to need a moment. Does give us a chance to break down some of these lanes. Position 3 Earthshaker is a little bit unusual. And starting with the Quelling Blade into protection, which is odd. I'm not sure how he's going to do in this lane.
You
He's
actually
playing it
CS
into
alright. You can just use
Yeah.
Enchant Totem to deny secure CS. Like it's really not that bad. The issue you have is, you know, whether or not Stonebank is going to play aggressive with like an early point in meta and the Ogre.
Yeah.
Waiting for the G from the side of DogChamp. All right, we're in.
The true heroes are the ones who wait.
All right, Lukey on a Pango. Once again, we can't really stress it enough. His best hero, absolutely a monster on it if he gets the space to do so. Mid lane. They'd love to find a stun here, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So just going to go ahead and give up the bottom set of runes. It's going to be a 2-for-2 exchange as expected. And Sacred going to make his way bottom here on the Earthshaker. Ends up going Reflection level 1. Okay, interesting.
I mean, it's really common against heroes like Venomancer that have passives, but going for it here is quite bizarre. Maybe Stonebank knows something I don't, or maybe he misclicked this one.
Nah, it's definitely intentional. So,
Are you sure?
Yeah, so the way it's been explained to me is Reflection is one of those abilities that you pick up early if you plan to trade. If you actually want to make trades in the lane, you go Reflection because it is really effective. Because you have Ignite, you have Reflection slow, you can just click these heroes constantly. And you do trade pretty, I would say pretty heavily in favor of the Terrorblade when doing this. But you do have to just be careful of the magic damage. So if you get like fissured into arrow, you're in a problem. But early on, he should be going Enchant Totem.
I don't know. I feel like it's okay against ranged heroes, especially people with a lot of attack speed. But against the Earthshaker and the Mirana, I'm not sure.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Arrow comes out, and there it is. He does tank the ranged creep arrow, though, so it is one of those things where he will be able to secure that. There's the reflection, and Fissure comes out. Stonebank super low. All right, so that's what I was talking about. You can't tank arrow and Fissure. It's a lot of magic damage. So.
Okay. Thankfully, Bloody Nine has a salve coming out that he can drop on Stonebank, but you know, maybe that's something we're gonna work on with the next patch as well. How come our supports have to pay for the sins of our carry?
No more
I feel like
shared
there's something
regen
wrong
at
with
all.
there's something wrong with the Dota economy where B9 is just, you know, makes a fracture the money of Stonebank, but has to pay for his stuff. What's that all about?
Well, supports did basically just get way richer over time, right? Like everything just
Whoa.
became super free. A lot
Careful
of damage.
there, Ricky.
What?
You saying that it's fair?
Yeah. I thought
because they can afford these luxuries, it's only fair that he ends up buying more things for Stonebank.
Yeah, for some reason I thought I made like a Freudian slip. I was like, what did I say? I was like, Jesus. No, yeah, it's been a lot easier to afford support items over the last like few years. They basically implemented all of the changes from Heroes of New Earth that made supporting actually fun. And as a result, you have a lot more money to spend on like laning items. Passive income, I think, was increased as well. So, yeah, it's a lot easier being a support. People don't remember the days of getting boots at like 17 minutes on a 5. Like the people don't remember those days because they just, you know, they play now and they're like, oh, well, I have to buy a salve. But yeah, if you were CM like 6 years ago, you got your boots at like 15 minutes and you're like, all right, guys, I did it. I have stick and boots.
These will be my items for the rest of the game.
And then someone's like pinging like, where's my ward? And you're like, I'm sorry, sir. I haven't bought the one ward that's in stock.
Well, then you shouldn't have bought boots yet.
Yeah. People forget the dark days of Dota.
Those days were a lot of core players remember those days fondly. You could just like,
oh, I wonder why. Because you can one shot every support in the game because they have no items.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who just like don't really like playing the game anymore because you don't just pop off when you're playing a mid hero anymore. You can't just solo kill them without a care in the world.
Hey, you play like carry or mid lane and you just like literally carry 1v5 if you have a favorable, if you like win your lane because you can just like supports are a non-factor.
Well, the supports help you get there, right? That's the thing. I feel like that's a little bit less of the case now. Hopefully we'll be back soon. We'll get everything underway. So you're sitting pretty low here on B9. You got the salve over here. Stonebank has gone through all of his tangos already inside this lane. Ogmanja is carrying 4 here, and he's got 3 mangoes. Moran actually started this lane without really much regen either, and she only has
that's a Wraith
Band recipe coming out into it. Yeah, so I think B9 recognizing that has just been spamming off these ignites onto her, and it's going to force him back. It's going to take a very long time for the Moran to get back in the lane. Sacred has got 4 tangos that he can start to pass this way, but
he's going to need the regen to be able to CS though, because you're about to hit level 2 on Ogre and Terrorblade, and once you have that, Earthshaker cannot be anywhere near the lane because he'll just get fire blasted into a meta reflection and just dies.
Yeah. Let's talk about the size of B9's brain to recognize that. I feel like a lot of Mirana players do this. They'll just come to lane with as much stats items as they can in order to trade with the right clicks. You got huge attack range, decent agility. 6 minutes left.
And they've had to actually pause for quite a while so far this game. Ray Lisa mid lane finally reconnecting. We haven't really even talked about mid. He went 2 points in Scream, no points in the Shadow Strike.
I'm surprised that that's happened. Did he get forced to go Blink at the beginning of the game?
He went Blink level 2. I made sure to watch it.
Did you think that he was going to get a kill or something?
No, I think he was just playing aggressive on the high ground and had to like blink out.
Oh, yeah, his lane is a lot harder from that. Not only do you not get it nearly as much harass off on the enemies with this point in the blink, but you're not healing up thanks to the heal per tick.
He does use the blink to get double rune, most likely at the like 2-minute mark here, because he does have 2 points in Scream, which can shove the lane, but it's not going to be easy. But keep an eye on bottom here. B9, he is really far forward. He's going to go and pop the Mango, the Ignite onto the Earthshaker. There it is, the meta. Oh, he gets the first blood with the Fissure. Michael, arrow comes out, gets the arrow stun. Can he actually bring down Stonebank? This would be a huge kill if he can get the Terrorblade, especially in the middle of the Metamorphosis. Sacred goes bottom, Stonebank goes north. Fissure cooling down in a couple seconds, but still no mana. The Ignite gonna come through. Stonebank has a Reflection in 3.
If he uses Reflection, then he gets the mana for Fissure. He's got it.
Arrow off the mark. Fissure comes out, but he's just healed up a little bit too much. B9 trying to continue the chase here. One more auto attack gets the kill. Stonebank in the trees, trying to survive thanks to the Mirana. Drops an illusion, but gets chased down at the end of the day. So a lot of shenanigans happening here in this bottom lane.
I feel like that actually made the lane easier for Infamous overall. Much easier, actually, having those trades happen. Because the Mirana was sitting at like no HP and had no regen on her either. And her courier was out inside the lane. You would have had to go all the way back to base, then come back again. So taking that fight there.
Got a decent chunk of experience from him. And Sacred, I think, starved more, which is an issue. But you're right. It definitely, getting the kill on a Stonebank there is absolutely essential. If he gets away.
Yeah, Sacred and Mike were both sitting at like pretty low HP without much regen there. That definitely favors the side of Infamous. Like, it just reset the lane completely when they had the advantage on DogChamp. So I think that B9's probably not too happy about that. It looked like he noticed the lack of regen on Michael as well. That's why he was going on so hard on them. I think Stonebank reacted to B9's play a little bit slow, sorry.
Yeah, you can see this is what Reflection does. Like, the Mirana gets ignited and just clicked down by her own illusion. Just a single point is pretty value for the lane trades, but Sacred looking to get aggressive here as well. And there's the Fissure. Arrow is available. Gonna connect onto B9, stuck inside a creep wave as well. The Starstorm comes through. He gets the Fire Blast, trying to make his space away, but Sacred gives him a little love tap there from the totem.
Yep. I mean, it's not worth a ton of gold to kill off onto B9, and we'll be back in the lane pretty quickly.
Mirana TP'd over to the mid lane. Arrow comes out, not going to connect onto Ray Lisa. Oh,
he ends up getting caught in the trees there as well.
Yeah, that looked a little bad. He actually might. Oh, he doesn't have X yet.
He's got Blink. The thing is, I think Michael's going to be able to chase him no matter where he blinks. If you blink up, you go into Affliction here. If you blink down or over into the creep camp, Michael's going to be able to follow you with these leaps. And if you stay where you are, then Alone's going to be able to finish you off with a Torrent. You do have Blink available here, but with all the time that they have to watch this play, I think he's just dead.
I think if he just blinks over the ward vision there, like to the other stairs, he's fine, because they can't actually gap close that. Even with double leap, there's no arrow or anything on the Mirana to chase him.
I think the only play for him here, the only way he survives it, is if he blinks into the Roche pit, walks far forward enough that Alone isn't able to gas with his Torrent, and then TP's home or back to his tier 3 tower or tier 1 tower and goes to the water room with it. That's probably the optimal play, is into the Roche pit, don't get hit by the Torrent, and then walk towards the water rune.
I think so. I think if you blink in... Yeah, we'll see. I think if you blink in Roche, you're in a little bit of trouble from Mirana. Because they can't stun him right now. They have no way of stunning him.
Mirana has to turn around and then use a leap charge. And even then, I don't think you'll be able to auto-attack him down.
Let's see.
So, into Roche, over to the mid lane, as close to the water rune as possible. Take that.
Asking about pause time, I'm sure.
Any admin here, the admin responds immediately.
Good old Nino. Good admin.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they have like probably 3 minutes left.
Yep. 3 minutes of pause time left for DogChamp. I'm super concerned for Ray Lisa here. I mean, he wouldn't be in this position if he wasn't lagging out.
He'll be fine. They have no vision on the high ground. Oh, never mind. That is their ward.
Yep.
He'll be fine though.
Yeah. So it's got to be into the Roche pit.
You think so?
Hopefully someone has communicated that with them. How much vision do they have? They're not going to know that this ward is up here though.
That's true, but he sees the Mirana and he sees Affliction. Like there's not really like a good way for them to gap close.
Yeah, or maybe he blinks past the Roche pit. Because he's got vision up over here. It'd be easier for him to juke out the enemies. But I think into the pit, as long as the torrent doesn't hit him, is the optimal play. But if Alone guesses where he goes, you don't have to turn around for a torrent, so it can come off instantly.
All right, back into the game.
Come on. Let's do it.
Yeah, quick blink to the tower. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I figured. He just blinks to the tower. He's safe.
Where did he torrent?
He torrented up on the hard camp, like just the corner of the hard camp area.
My thanks.
Oh.
Bottle refill comes in as well. Nicely done by B9. And a quick little salve tossed over to Lukey. So the downside is Stonebank is kind of a lone bottom. That's he is a lone bottom as a result of this, but...
No, Alone is mid.
I'm sorry, Stonebank is dead bottom, is what I meant. So he just was forced to stay here bottom by himself and just kind of underestimated the damage that this Earthshaker does. Just takes a level 2 enchant totem to the face and dies.
Yep. Yeah, the Fisher coming out onto him stuns him long enough that he's not able to pop that 15 charge magic stick, and then immediately after that the enchant totem comes out and it gets the click off onto him. He figured he'd be fine here with the stick. He'd be able to get it before Sacred could finish him off, but a bit too slow.
Having a great game.
Yep.
Three heroes finally 1 point in the dagger, but 3 points in Scream.
3 heroes the top of the net worth on the side of Infamous. I think the only way that Relisa really makes recovery here in the mid lane. I'm gonna try to commit onto a mid. He's got
Beautifully done. X Torn into arrow. Yeah. Can he get out? He will indeed. The infused raindrop plus the water runes enough for him to survive. Alone forced all the way back to base. Didn't have the X either, so he has to make that long walk back to lane.
Yep. Michael's gonna survive this one. Picks up the illusion rune. Doesn't want Relisa to be able to grab it, so Chakra Magic, salve up, and he's gonna have the water rune as well. That'll top him back.
The prize is mine.
Alone doesn't lose too much from this one. Still has an XP advantage over Relisa, but the raindrop is just what he needed to be able to survive that one.
Oh, Michael, that is a real Terrorblade, sir.
One
more auto attack? He has no more leaves. He's just dead. Okay. Arrow at least to do some damage back on over to the Terrorblade, forced to pop that stick. Yeah, that Terrorblade is enormous thanks to Bloodlust. That is terrifying.
Yeah. You got to be careful with how close he gets to Sacred here, though. Guy's getting close to level 6 after this creep wave. He'll have it. And illusions will only make it easier for him to dish out more damage with this Echo Slam. In fact, I'm pretty sure Stonebank doesn't want to come back to lane now. This hero's a little bit tankier than it has been in the past. He's got 2 strength growth rate per level now. But yeah, Stonebank is so confident with this point into Echo Slam now that he's just following them into the jungle. Knows that they can't do anything about him. In fact, Stonebank caught out by Alone.
Indeed. He's actually holding his ground pretty well. He doesn't have tons of magic damage and just goes for the Sunder Alone. Forced to back out as a result. Sacred trying to chase down B9 here on the Ogre Magi.
He's looking for the Echo.
Ooh, they really want this Terrorblade. There's the Fissure. They have a Torrent to follow it up. They get him. Arrow's going to come through on the money. Sacred with the dunk to find the kill. Big. Sonic Wave does come through. Sacred trying to tick down in the trees. They will grab him with that one more Scream, but B9 just trying to get what vision they can here onto Michael. They don't have the damage to finish it off. Scream just a moment too late.
Another Chakra Magic will allow him to go forward, but he's not going to drop it onto him. In fact, he's able to get back now on Alone.
Oh, they will get a D ward though.
Are they going to wait for him?
No.
All right, no.
There's a
he's way
regen
too
rune there.
tanky. Ah, nice find.
I haven't really talked about this top lane. Lukey's Pango. He might actually just go for the Rolling Thunder here. Nah, okay. He's just harassing out Snapfire as much as he can.
Yep, he's not that tanky yet. Doesn't want to dive Affliction underneath the tower. What are power treads on the Pango this game? I guess he just plans on turning into a right-click core.
So as we've seen with Lumiere, he is top of the net worth. Pretty much every single time he gets this Templar Assassin, like we're saying, it's one of his absolute strongest heroes from the safe lane. He hits that 5K mark at pre-9 minutes. It's one of those things you want to hit it by 10. It's not even 9 minutes into the game, the dude's hit 5K net worth. So he is having a fantastic game.
I'm not sure how they deal with this Phantom, this Templar Assassin if she is this farmed.
I mean, it's got to be the Terrorblade eventually, but he did not have the greatest start. He had, you know, some pretty uncharacteristic deaths bottom. He has
He's 3.6k now right now.
Yeah, he's really far behind. He did end up going for the Falcon Blade, just try and tank up a little bit against the magic damage here from Infamous.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the very least, he knows that Echo Slam is on cooldown, so he can be inside the lane at the moment. In fact, it looks like Bloody Nine. They want to look for a kill on him.
Yeah. No, okay, no, he just wants to farm the lane. There's a lot of money here to be had. 250 gold-ish on the creep wave if he gets it all.
Yeah. Makes quick work of it. Queen of Pain is actually rotating down here. Realized that Sacred is pretty far forward. They ping him out where he should be. Sonic Wave they have available as well. I mean, you're pretty tanky on Earthshaker with Power Treads, Strength Treads, and the Infused Raindrop. So they don't want to go super far for him. If they have to get close to that tier 1 tower, then it's pretty easy for Infamous to turn it. They go into Alone.
Yeah, I mean, is he going on Alone? Is there Alone going on him? He gets... Ooh, X ends up pulling him back in time for the boat, but the arrow's not going to connect, and Lukey is here on the Pangolier. Going to be able to chain stun up Alone, but a nice cookie from Affliction will be able to save him. So you end up losing the Snapfire, but you save the Kunkka in the process.
And they're going to hang around the mid lane here. They got the catapult. They might as well push when they're here. In fact, they pop Metamorphosis. And
all 5.
Yeah. Oh,
no! That's a little bit of miscommunication there. Catapult down. They still should be able to get the tower. They committed for it. You've got the Terrorblade. It's a lot of physical damage, especially with the Orb of Corrosion. So the tower does end up going the way of Lukey.
I thought he ended up using the Terrorblade illusion to block the arrow, but I don't think he saw the arrow coming at first and he wanted to dodge on his hero once he did.
Moonlight Shadow. That's weird. The effect no longer shows over heroes. Okay, that's a cool bug. You're supposed to have the icon above heroes with Moonlight Shadow, but it's just not there anymore, which is definitely a actually pretty big bug. Whatever kisses mid lane, we'll be able to drop those on top of B9. Easy kill for them. Michael probably going to tick down here to the dagger. It gets denied by Alone as a result, so nicely done. I wonder if that's like a pay-to-win bug with the Immortal, because I know it shows up on like the Persona and stuff, so I'm pretty sure that's like a legit pay-to-win bug on the Immortal.
What is, sorry?
The Mirana Moonlight Shadow not showing an effect.
I mean, you can kind of see it, can't you?
Only once they go invis. Otherwise, they don't have like the icon above them.
I'm not familiar enough with it.
It's very weird. Top lane, Lukey gonna be able to push in this tower. Bottom lane should fall fairly soon here to Sacred. Affliction down here as well.
We're going back in.
But a 3k gold lead so far for Infamous. They're looking very strong so far. Sacred gonna have that Blink Dagger in just a moment as it's being delivered off the Courier. Second on the net worth behind the Templar Assassin, which I don't know if you've noticed, but he is even further ahead. Dude, Rayla Lisa is having a rough time.
That is kind of surprising.
Are they out of pause time?
They're not out of pause time yet. I think they've got like another minute left in total. Yeah, I haven't been able to tell us. It is pretty low at the moment, though. I think they probably have less than a minute, actually. It's probably more like 15 seconds. Right, they invade the enemy team's jungle, but yeah, they're falling further and further behind. They smoke up on the side of Infamous, looking around the mid lane. They just want to be able to take this tier 1 tower.
It's not easy with Coddle. This is one of the things that Yarn does very well in this hero. He always makes sure to keep his mid tower alive pretty much as long as possible. Scan does connect on the mark here from Infamous. They're going for a wraparound. It's gonna go. Rayla Lisa just jumps right into them. He's got the Sonic Wave, but there's the dunk coming through from Sacred. Both Pango and the Queen of Pain eliminated. On the backside of the fight, oh, Roche gets a friendly bash over to the Ogre Magi before retreating back to his home.
Yeah. Lumiere ends up finishing him off, and the game looking harder and harder. 4K net worth advantage now for the side of Infamous. DogChamp getting dismantled at the moment. They still have the mid tower standing, but
they're looking for Stonebank. They pop the Moonlight Shadow. They're going to chase him down here in the jungle. The question is if they will actually find him. They will see him. They know he's there. On the creep camp, the jump in, the blink, the stun. They have the Mortimer Kisses to follow, and Arrow's there as well. And Stonebank bites the dust. Beautiful rotation there from Infamous.
Yeah, deep wards guiding them out as well as Terrorblade was over on that small camp, and now they'll turn their eyes over to the mid lane. Luki trying to go onto Lumiere here, but with Refraction, he's not going to be able to do this.
Oh, he's going to try. He does a lot of damage. The question is, will it be enough to finish him off? Lumiere, Refraction back up in a couple of seconds, goes for the dive, jumps in on the Queen of Pain, but it's not enough to finish him. The Sonic Wave, I don't know who he dropped it on. Sacred maybe, is now Luki just continuing the chase, but Lumiere crushes him instead. Oh my goodness.
No lucky shot, no chance. He was so far committed at that point, though. He needed to just go for it, but the Refraction ended up being too much, blocking so much the Pango's damage, not to mention that blast coming out from the Keeper of the Light. Illuminate doing absolutely nothing to the Templar Assassin, just burning down a single Refraction charge. Now Blink Dagger, Desolator, and Dragonlance completed here at 15 minutes in the game onto the TA. She's at 10k net worth now, or just about. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah, take notes, kids. If you want to learn how to play Templar Assassin, download this VOD. Lumiere does this literally every game.
He gave him the bottle as well as he went out. This is a practice move. That is so sick, man. Look at the efficiency here.
Good stuff, good stuff. They've also got a halberd being built currently on the Kunkka, which is quite good this game. Yeah. Like you said, Lumiere now having the Blink Dagger just makes life so much more difficult for the heroes on the side of DogChamp. If they see you at all, it's just going to make that jump.
Yeah, and you get to go for the Heaven's Halberd this game as well and not really be punished. Your position 4, 5, and 3 all do a ton of damage to the enemy hero. Snapfire can do a lot with the Mortimer Kisses, so...
They're thinking of going in. Sacred found behind the tower. Arrow's going to connect onto the Keeper of the Light. Do they have the chain stun? Sacred's on the wrong side of his own fissure. Yaren, caught by the Starstorm, will end up taking down, but you've lost Pango at the very front of the fight. Yeah, now alone, looking for more. He's got the X onto the Ogre. Torrent coming out a little bit late, but it will eventually connect. And a Fissure to secure 3 more kills going the way of Infamous, plus the mid tower. They're just going to go right into Roche.
No reason not to. I mean, he leaves the Arcane Rune outside the pen. I'm pretty sure Lumiere is just going to take this in order to get more Meld Strikes off onto Roshan.
Yep, absolutely. 3.5 second cooldown, that's pretty good.
Yeah. 1 and 2, and we'll see another one in just a moment. And Roshan is just going to melt to this. There's no way they'll be able to contest.
Casual negative 28 armor on that.
Yeah. AK net worth advantage now at 16 minutes into the game. DogChamp, they're all forced to play so close to each other due to the aggression from Infamous. At the moment they just split up farming the entire map at the same time on the side of Infamous. Kunk in the bottom, run over in the mid, and then Lumiere in the jungle and Sacred top. They are making such good use out of this map.
Yeah, they really are. They're getting so much out of it. 8k net worth advantage. They're actually heading into the jungle right now. B9, but not going to find anything. Stonebank, where are we at on the Terrorblade? He is really that last hope for the side of DogChamp, and even then, he is behind all 3 cores of Infamous, so it is not looking good. Has the Dragon Lance and a Yasha on his way to a BKB.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really fight into them without this BKB finish with the amount of like chain disable they have now. The Earthshaker doing an excellent job of keeping heroes controlled up. Do so from so far away as well. Picks up a Yule Scepter. I think he's just worried about getting jumped on the backline. Maybe an Aghanim Shard being completed on the Queen of Pain in order to silence him up, or Luki getting on top of him with the Pango.
Yeah, I was gonna
Find
say
himself a little bit of time to be a
Pango.
pretty big deal. Yeah. Yeah, he's got the Shard keyed up next on the Earthshaker, so gonna be even easier for him to chain disable people.
The Shaker's Shard has to be one of the best in the game. Mid lane,
Yeah,
Michael.
I'm glad they ended up nerfing it. At first it applied. Yeah. Applied the full aftershock at first.
Yaren, gotta be careful. 4 staffs away. He actually makes it out. Meanwhile, mid, Luki trying to cut the wave, and there's the Yules from Sacred to cancel it out. Enchant Totem. The Fissure is available. He's got a Swashbuckle in 1. The question is, where do you go? It's nowhere, apparently, as he dunks you instead. Sacred on a killing spree now, 7-2.
He faked out one of those aftershocks to try to get him, like, commit the Swashbuckle first, but it wasn't off cooldown yet. But he just ends up melting again.
Yeah, B9 gets found bottom here by Affliction and Lumiere. Plenty of minus armor to bring down the Ogre. TP not going to be successful. Top lane, Stonebank trying to cut as much as possible here, but he can't show his hero.
Yeah. I mean, this is the safest way they're able to farm now. Sending illusions to try to cut the waves, and they can't even have ranged creep.
All right, that's dirty.
Come on, man. Let him have something. Oh, no. Michael finds Stonebank in the trees.
Does he really? Oh, my
here.
gosh. Actually, Michael's the one that's dead, I think. He actually has 2 leap charges.
He's stalling this out. Yeah.
Stonebank.
He's got...
Oh, he gets the illusion instead, and, well, doesn't get the juke out this time. Torrent into boat. He does have that Sunder. Will drop it. Arrow doesn't connect, and now Alone trying to do what he can maybe to find the kill here onto the Terrorblade. Will go for another X. Hasn't bothered popping the meta. He's just buying his time. Like, Alone can't do...
Okay. He manages to stall this. Can he finish him up? Okay.
Okay.
It was close.
He gets the TP out. He is safe.
Alone throws a tip to Michael.
They find Pango, though.
All right.
Ace runes
I
around
need credit where
Sacred.
credit's
Lumiere
due.
has an Ag Scepter now, so this hero is going to be all over the map.
Yeah. Kunkka just didn't have the damage to deal
Oh my
with
god,
Stonebank.
Stonebank doesn't have a TP. He just used it.
He had it he had it interrupted.
Yeah, that's
by
what I'm
the
saying.
Kunkka.
He tried using it.
And they realize this now. Sacred's here, and you can fight off the Kunkka, but you're not going to be able to fight the Earthshaker.
Oh, they get the stun out onto the TA. Yules comes out from Sacred. Arrow, right on the money. And that is going to be a dead Terrorblade as Sacred grabs him with the Fissure. They're just getting pick-off after pick-off. 5-20. So close. We almost had it. Lumiere bottom lane pops a trap. Just going to try and chase the Queen of Pain, but Mortimer kisses. Is it enough to give the vision? It is. This guy does not stop.
Lumiere is absolutely massive.
He's in the jungle looking for Lukey now. Alone. Gets the X, pulls him back. The Torrent's there. That's what we're talking about. Lumiere can be everywhere. This spell is super imbalanced, if I'm being honest. I actually don't know how they buffed it.
He didn't get an X that time as Alone and use the X onto him, but he could be anywhere now that he's got into the Psionic Projection. It still says there's a 30-second cooldown on, even though it's only 10.
Oh, it's supposed to be a 30-second cooldown, and they just left it at 10. They're like, yeah, whatever, we don't care. All right, this game's really falling apart.
I feel like it's been picked up in enough big games that's an issue. Or that like people should be aware that it says 30 but has 10. Like it's gonna be a well-known thing.
B9 getting baited by Alone here potentially, as there's a Psionic Projection coming at any moment. Never mind, there's just plenty of damage from the other heroes.
It does end up coming through, but you finished off by Sacred, dropping that Fissure onto him. Just so much damage with this now.
Just there for moral support, really. Oh, I hear Pango's roll-up canceled once again.
Yeah, drops that Yules onto him and he'd be able to follow up, and he does.
He just blinks right onto the high ground. Lukey tries to run away, but X right back into an arrow. Dude, Sacred is styling on these heroes.
Yeah. Alone as well. Now Pango realizes he needs to be able to get out of this X mark the spot, or out of this Earthshaker as he catches him out, but
dude, they are...
He's got no money. He's got nowhere to farm.
They're so far ahead. Yaren, here behind the tower, finds Affliction, or rather maybe Affliction finds him. This one's a little deep here, sir. This one's a little deep. All right, kill goes the way of Stonebank. Almost 400 gold. Not nothing, but he is still... Okay, he's going to disassemble into the BKB, give himself maybe a fighting chance here against the side of Infamous. They smoke up, looking for Sacred, but he sees it. He blinks out right away. Fissure to block off that the chase. New mid lane looking for Alone. He actually doesn't have BKB. Rolling Thunder's there. This is a dead Kunkka.
He's got BKB now.
Yeah,
nope,
I don't think it
never mind.
matters.
He's dead.
Died to the Sonic Wave. So unlucky. Sacred on the backside. Just continue to hold down these other heroes. Lukey. Yules does come through. Air to connect. And with Lumiere here, more than enough damage to help bring down the Pangolier. And now pig mode activated. Ogre trying to run away. No chance.
Lumiere holds a blink during that chase in case he wants to jump at another hero who tries to come in to save him, but they lose too. Sacred just gonna keep going. Looks like that's going to be it for now. BKB now completed on the Queen of Pain, so they get something out of that team fight. And again, they did lose the courier with the components for the BKB on the Kunkka, so this might slow down the aggression of Infamous a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be changing anything as far as the net worth lead for Infamous.
Oh god, Stone
And pull
Bank.
up.
Fissure comes out, chain stun, Lumiere comes in, and he's instantly dead. You just can't be anywhere that's safe. It's like playing against the techies, but instead of mines, you just have like a 2,000 physical damage nuke coming. Yaren finds Affliction, but it's really gonna be Lumiere coming in once again.
My horse is named, and so do I.
You can definitely tell Lumiere is very practiced on the TA here, and when you're this far ahead, it feels impossible to come back because you can't leave the base. They are now a 15,000 gold advantage here, just 25 minutes into the game, and it's just going to keep getting worse.
Looks like if they want to leave the base, they're going to need a gem.
Back
No idea with these
Expo into the
traps.
Mortimer Kiss is Sacred with the enchant totem kill. It's just been kill after kill for the side of Infamous.
Again, it really seems like you need a gem if you want to be able to leave the base. You can place sentries everywhere, but you're not going to have enough of them to deal with these TA traps. Roshan is back up. There's no trap inside the Roche pit, though, so they don't see this one's here, but I'm not even sure it's necessary. Lumiere's got his BKB now. 9 seconds on it. He's able to melt heroes instantly.
Oh, arrow catches Yaren here on the Keeper of the Light. The question is he going to go, and he does, absolutely. Side up projection into the tier 3s. Why not? Gets himself a kill and just blinks out. And now he's
things
top.
about going up the hill. Yeah. I mean, he probably wants to go scout the Roche pit. They got to realize it's back up right now, but they control so much of the map, they might just be focusing or tunnel visioning on the heroes. Want to grab this last tier 2 tower. I'll keep them locked on the base on the side of DogChamp.
I mean, Sacred would be a great kill if they could actually secure it. It's just, I don't know what where your damage is going to come from to bring that hero down. It's Terrorblade popping that BKB and hoping to kill him in the duration of that Rolling Thunder. But Lumiere, level 24 on the TA. 2 shots. The Ogre Magi. Let's see the damage here. I want to see this. Give it to me.
Nope. Nope. Rayleigh's is dead.
I'm sorry, what? Just get dunked bottom? Yeah, he did. Okay.
She showed to the creeps for half a moment inside the base. Sacred ends up throwing out the Fissure, followed up with an aftershock, and then blown up.
Lumiere with a DD rune, just continuing the damage onto the tower. Blinking from Lukey. This is it. Oh, what is that ping pong? Unlucky there for Lukey, and now on the backside, just both held in place. Sacred comes in, BKB comes out from Stonebank. Yule's gonna buy this Earthshaker a little bit of time, but maybe he just walks away. It's just that simple. And now everything spent on the side of DogChamp. Not many options left here. Fissure off the mark. Arrow not going to connect either. Mortimer Kisses do come through. Lukey goes in, trying to do what he can here on the Pangolier. A lot of damage reduction, but Yule's going to purge that. Big Sonic Wave comes through. Lumiere continuing the damage, though. Bouncing one target to the next. He's got the refraction charges at 25, and the GG comes out. That is a absolute beatdown.
Infamous showing off their strength here. I mean, this team did just come in second in the SA DPC finals, so it makes sense that they'd be pretty strong, but yeah, completely dismantling DogChamp. These people on a lot of their signature heroes as well. They're going to tighten things up in game number 2 if they're going to want to stay anywhere close to a chance, and it started from the very beginning. It looked like they were doing okay in the bottom lane as well, but the fight that 2 of them took, like when Moran was sitting pretty low, when Sacred didn't have much HP regen himself, they reset the lane there, and they ended up just losing everything. It didn't help that Ray Lisa kept on disconnecting in the mid lane, but a little bit odd, the build coming up from him as well. Ended up just going extra points to the Scream in order to secure CS faster, rather than try to harass alone down to the lane with points into the dagger. So, I don't know, it feels like a couple of mistakes. A couple things definitely went wrong, but each mistake that you made, Infamous just punished you for it so hard. Lumiere, absolutely insane performance here on the Templar Assassin. Over 1,000 XP per minute this game.
Yeah, it's one of the highest that we've seen probably in a while. I mean, 800 GPM as well, 365 last hits, and a 27-minute game. I mean, this was unbelievable. I mean, Lumiere is one of the fastest farming cores in the region, and every time you give him space, this is just this is what you kind of have come to expect out of this player. That's why the Medusa is super feared from him. The Templar Assassin is up there as well, of course. And yeah, you gave him a free game, 11, 0, and 9. I'd still love to see that Aghanim Scepter get the proper nerf, but we can't talk about that much anymore. We've got a game 2 coming up in just a moment, everyone. So stay tuned. It's going to be game number 2 between DogChamp and Infamous. We'll see you after the break.